Hey everyone, Denise Fleck, Pet Safety Crusader here, and I'm coming from my personal page rather than my Sunny Dog Inc. page, and I'm sorry I'm a little late. I don't know what happened. My computer camera is not working, but we always find a way to do things these days. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about something that I don't normally talk about. It's not first aid, it's not safety, but it's about our animal friends. And dogs do so much for us to enhance our lives in so many ways. And there are some terms out there that we often use interchangeably, and in fact, we really shouldn't be. And it relates to three different types of working dogs: service, support, often referred to as emotional support, and therapy dogs. Regardless of the title we give them, they all wag and love us unconditionally. But I want to talk about these three particular types of dogs today. Service dogs help people who are disabled or challenged in some sort of physical way. They may be hearing impaired, sight impaired, wheelchair bound, or have some other health challenge that limits their ability to do things for themselves. It also limits their quality of life and their independence. And service dogs can perform a lot of these just normal everyday tasks that these people can't do. They literally can be the person's eyes, hands, and ears. It is just so incredibly awesome how they're trained to do these kind of things. They respond to certain disabilities. They can turn on light switches. They can grab something from the refrigerator. They help a person cross the street. Truly, truly amazing stuff. And these dogs have to go through a lot of training, and they really are just a vital, not just friend and companion, but also a true lifesaver to these humans. Some of these dogs also can alert to seizures or drop in glucose, like if somebody has diabetes, so that they can get the person to sit down or to safety before they have an issue. Hey Paul, hey Cindy, nice to see you watching today. Now, support dogs, often referred to as emotional support dogs, are unlike other working dogs in that they don't perform a particular task. Rather, they provide affection, companionship, and support to people with diagnosed disabilities. Hey, Chris, nice to have you on today, too. Now, that sounds like just our regular companion pets, with the affection, the companionship, and the support. But these dogs are trained to deal with certain disabilities, such as mental or emotional traumas or stress, something like PTSD. Oh my goodness, I think your eyes are going, my dear friend, but to my oldest and most handsome of friends. Depression, autism, anxiety. They also help people with certain phobias. So emotional support dogs really can help people keep calm, happy, fear-free, and live their lives, with a great quality. Now, as you know, I've talked about Zooweya on many occasions. And although zoonosis is the study of diseases that transfer between species, meaning that, things we can get from animals or diseases animals can get from us. We always think that we can get stuff from animals. Those of you that share your life with a bird, you have to remember that birds have a completely different gut bacteria, and kissing a bird, sometimes if we have a cold, we can actually transfer it to that bird. Hey Noreen, nice to see you too today. Often though, with zoonotic diseases, we think of things like rabies or giardia or ringworm, just to name a few. But of recent times, a new word has been coined, Zooweya, which many of you have heard me talk about quite a bit. And Zooweya is actually the inverse of zoonosis, meaning it's all of the good things that animals give to us. Hey, Marriott, nice to have you join in. Zoonosis is actually scientific proof that animals increase our wellness. By having a dog in our life, we get our butts up off the couch and walk them, and we get exercise too. Many people have actually kicked the habit and stopped smoking because we have found out that secondhand smoke is harmful to the dogs, cats, and other animals in our lives as well. People that are elderly or shut in for any reason, if they have pets, they will also get out and about and be more social and meet people. And besides the things we've heard about animals lowering stress and blood pressure, which is exactly exactly what these emotional support dogs do. We have also determined now, and I say we, I had nothing to do with this is scientists, but they have also determined that children that grow up and bond with an animal actually become more compassionate human beings, and it often builds up their immune system as well. So animals just do so many, many, many wonderful things for us. So I've told you a little bit about service dogs. I've told you about emotional support dogs. Now I want to tell you about therapy dogs. And unlike the support or service dogs, therapy dogs are trained to help other people besides their actual owners and handlers. These dogs are often taken into hospitals and nursing homes and schools. Sometimes now they even have them in colleges and high schools, especially around midterms and finals, so that the kids can come out during a break and pet a dog and actually chill out from the stress of taking these exams. Other therapy dogs just go into school for more educational purposes, to serve as reading buddies, because unlike us humans, if a child mispronounces a word in a book to a dog, the dog isn't going to correct him or her or laugh at her or make fun. It's a safe space learning to read to a dog. Now, there are many places where we can obtain either service, therapy, or support dogs. Southeastern Guide Dogs in Palmetto, Florida trains all three types of dogs. And depending on what you or somebody, in your life may need, they may have to participate in like a 3-day to a 3-week training session in order to learn how to manage the dog, because the dog's been trained with certain skills and certain commands, and they need to keep that training going. Like I've always said, you can teach an old dog or an old cat new tricks, and you should, because it stimulates their brain and keeps them active, just like we all need to keep on learning. There's also another place not far from me in Atlanta, Comprehensive Pet Therapy, that trains dogs for the hearing impaired and for assistance with seizures, as well as therapy and other tasks. So go to my blog. It's printed down here, or it will be once I correct this, since I'm on my personal page rather than my Sunny Dog Inc. page today. I'll make sure all of that information is there. And you'll also notice that I'm going to put up a chart. And I know now that I'm on the smaller screen, you guys can't see this, but let me just kind of give you the breakdown of what it says. Service dogs are legally allowed to accompany the handler into stores, restaurants, and libraries. Therapy dogs and emotional support, not so much. Service dogs must be allowed to live with the owner, even where there is a no pets policy. Kathy DiNapoli, how cool to see you. The same with emotional supports. They must be allowed to live with the owner, even if there's a no pets policy. But therapy dogs, again, they don't have a check mark in that column. Service dogs can fly in the cabin of a plane with a handler. They must be able to tolerate novel environments, experiences, and interactions, and they're specially trained to help the handler only. Whereas we know with the therapy dogs, they're trained for the comfort of other people as well. So please check out the blog, check out this chart. I will put it up in just a few moments on my Sunny Dog Inc. page. But what I do want to remind you is that, a service dog, a support dog, a therapy dog, they all have to have a good temperament. And I know us dog lovers, think all dogs are the best. But for these particular jobs, they have to have an easygoing temperament. They need to be calm. They need to focus. And they need to be comfortable around other animals and humans and in all sorts of situations where there are noise and all kinds of distractions. Remember, if a dog can't control his impulses, if a service dog, suddenly sees a squirrel or smells a burger at the corner stand, he's not going to be of great use to his handler. So they have to, it's amazing that they can be taught to control these instinctual things. So I'm going to give 4 paws up to service, emotional support, and therapy dogs today. And I just want to remind people that those of us that have our best friend with us and want to take them everywhere, please don't wrongly, pass them off as one of these working dogs. Your dog is just as amazing, and I know you can't live without him, but don't jeopardize the people that really need a service, a support, or a therapy dog by, pretending that your dog fits into one of these categories, because you're likely to get busted, or you're just likely to give these dogs a bad name. Your dog may not be as mild-mannered, may not be as well-trained, and may do something out of the norm that one of these incredible working dogs would never think of doing. So, as great as they are and as great as your own dog is, just show respect. Always, if you come across a service dog, always ask if you may pet or even acknowledge them. Generally, if they're wearing their vest, their collar, or their harness, they are working and they should not be messed with by anybody other than their handler. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in and always supporting me. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care and have an awesome possum weekend. If anybody is still in the line of fire of this tropical storm, I pray you stay well. I have some friends in the panhandle of Florida I haven't heard from yet, but I hope they're doing okay. I know a lot of you have inquired about us, but we're doing fine. We had a lot of rain during the night, but it moved through quickly, and I believe it's all the way into North Carolina now. So bye-bye Hurricane Michael, and I hope people in North Carolina aren't getting it too bad on the heels of Florence. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.